Hey, what's up y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. Actually, I think this is the first video of 2021, so Happy New Year. Let me just say a couple things about that. I realize I haven't put out any videos in a little while. That's all right, I'm just getting things prepared for the upcoming season. Just so you guys know, I've got so much coming for you, so many new training opportunities, so much new content, so many new updates to the app, just so many things coming that I've had to really dedicate some time to that, but I'll get back to the regular videos here shortly. But today I wanted to make one because there's so many of you across the country that are actually coming into the window for pre-emergent now, so I figured I'd make some videos about how to apply Prodiamine pre-emergent. Today we're gonna work on the granular version. Now, for those of you with cool season lawns, don't let those palm trees bother you or scare you away. Applying granular Prodiamine at 3 pounds per thousand is the same for every single grass type. This is one of those things that unites us all. Lawn care nuts all together applying the same exact application at the same exact time. And when I say the same time, I don't mean that literally. I actually mean that as far as a milestone goes. The milestone to know that it's time to apply your first application of pre-emergent is as soil temperatures cross 50 heading to 55. That's when you do it. As always, I've got lots more information for you. If you check out the description below, there's a couple blog posts there that'll also open some windows of understanding for you, as well as a brand new one that I just wrote, which is better, granular or liquid Prodiamine. I got a blog post down there for you. So always tons more information. As you guys know, I always seek to educate first and teach you the why behind the applications that we do. So check out the description for lots more information. All that said, this is the Prodiamine that I have. It is a 0.38% granular concentration. Links in the description below. And this goes down at 3 pounds for every 1,000 square feet of lawn space. The area I'm going to be teaching you about today is here. This is 2,000 square feet. I don't know if you can see, there's some pale over there. That's actually a whole bunch of Kalinga that has survived the cold. I put some Vexus on it. We'll see how it does. But anyway, this is a 2,000 square foot area, and so that means I'm going to need 6 pounds of that product to get my 3 months of control here. Also, you'll notice that sod that I put in from the grubs, still struggling. Anyway, one of the things that a lot of folks have fear of is they fear they're going to burn the lawn. You're not going to burn the lawn with this application, but I'm still going to show you how to do it right. I'm going to go ahead and go back to basics here, and I'm going to show you how to kind of calibrate your spreader. Now, one thing you'll know, it's not actually on here, but we send it in an email, are the spreader settings for this. And when we do spreader settings at Yard Mastery, that's my company, or Lawn Care Nut, same thing. When we do spreader settings, we show you all the Scott spreaders. We also show you Earthway spreaders, and then I've just added the Echo RB60 this year spreader. These are all spreaders that most folks in the lawn care community use, so we try to give you those settings so things are a lot easier for you. But even so, if you have one of those exact spreaders, I still recommend you do a calibration at least once at the early part of the year, just to make sure your spreader didn't get dinged or knocked around or thrown off or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Echo RB60 today, and I'm going to put down the Prodiamine at 3 pounds per thousand, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Oh, hey, what's up, old friend? All right. Okay, so there it is. You get these at Echo dealers. I think I paid $134 for this. Now, everybody's going to ask me if I like it or if I don't like it. I'll end up doing a full review on it at some point. I have put, I don't know, 3 or 4 applications of different things through it now. I will say that just like any spreader, there's things I really like and there's things I really don't like. There's just no perfect answer. But the one thing I'll say is this does throw a very nice spread pattern, and that's really what matters most to me. So one thing you're going to find, though, okay, well, that was a rabbit turd. It was like stuck in the tread, and I picked it out, and as soon as I grabbed it, I knew that was a mistake. Oh well. Now, one thing you're going to find with all spreaders, and especially with this one, is once the material gets low, it doesn't push it out anymore. So when we're calibrating, remember, we want to get 6 pounds of product across this 2,000 square foot area because the application rate is 3 pounds per thousand, and I have 2,000 square feet, so I need 6 pounds of product. But if I was to just put straight 6 pounds in here, by the time it got to the bottom, there'd be some left that just wouldn't come out, because again, these spreaders don't pump out all the way, especially this one. It's one of the drawbacks. So in order to calibrate, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put 8 pounds of this product into that spreader. And then when I'm done, I should have 2 pounds left over. I'll have to weigh it. Now what that does though is it should give you peace of mind that you're not gonna burn anything or hurt anything. By the way, you're not gonna burn anything with this product because it allows for a much heavier app rate than we're doing. But we're not gonna get too technical on that, so don't worry. But even so, if you're only putting 8 pounds of product in here, even if you had the setting way off and you blew it all out, you're not gonna hurt anything because number one, you're only risking one small area, and number two, you don't have that much in there to do a lot of damage. You see, the biggest mistake people make, because I know I get emails, hundreds of them every year, where someone says, something's wrong. I put my spreader on the setting that was recommended, I dumped the whole bag in, and I started going, and before I know it, I was out, and I still had 3/4 of my lawn left to do, but I was completely out of product. That is because they didn't calibrate. So if you're only putting a small amount of product in here at one time, in this case, 8 pounds, that's the most you could waste. And this is a 45-pound bag. So I'm only risking 8 pounds of it, right? So if this spreader is for some reason off, I'm only risking the 8 pounds and I'm only risking a small amount over here. And again, with that small amount, it's not enough to burn anything anyway. I hope that's making sense to you. The idea here is you're not gonna put the whole bag in the hopper. Don't do that. Now, later down the road, once you've calibrated and you know, okay, this is my spreader, this is how it feels, this is how it looks, I'm used to these particular products or whatever it is. Once you're there, then you can dump more in and do larger spaces. That's what I do. But at the beginning of every year, or if you're a beginner and brand new, it's always best to calibrate on one small area. Hey! 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 I'm trying to film a video. Hey, quiet! I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to. Hey! I'm trying to shoot a YouTube video here. Could you guys give me some respect or what, huh? So I weigh out 8 pounds of product using this luggage scale. Then I set it on the recommended spreader setting, which for the RB60 is setting number 5. And then I do this quick gut check. So I'm on setting 5 and I'm actuating the handle, and what that's doing is it's opening the drop holes to the setting. I put a few of the grains of the Prodiamine next to those holes and I just visualize, are these gonna fall through? If it looks like they're too thin and they won't fall through, then I know I have a problem. But also if it looks like they're way too wide open and they're gonna fall through like a shovel, that's also a problem. But as you can see, you can just kind of visualize, yeah, those openings, they look fairly logical that those grains are gonna flow through there fairly consistently. This is not an exact science. It's just a gut check to say, yeah, I think I'm on the right track here. I trust my gut, I trust my intuition, this looks like it's gonna work. That's all this is for, and it just gets you one step further before you actually apply. So now, go ahead and dump it in. Okay, now the next thing you're gonna do before you get going is you're gonna kind of plan out your route, right? So you can see this is mostly a rectangle here, which is nice, but I do have a little bit of a butt out right there, so we're gonna save that for last actually. So what I'm gonna do, the first thing I'm gonna do is what's called an edging pass. Now normally I would do a true trim pass. I'm not gonna get into that right now. This does have a side deflector, but it's not a true trim pass, and most of these don't do that, so we're not actually doing a trim pass. What I'm gonna do though, is I am gonna edge everything out. So the first thing I'm gonna do is start right here and go down this way, and I'm actually going to start about 3.5 feet in, because I know that this spreader from using it throws about 3.5 feet to each side. So I'm gonna start in and I'm gonna throw right back to the edge of the sidewalk as close as I can. Anything that goes on the sidewalk, not a big deal. I'm just gonna use my blower and blow it back in. But I'm gonna go right down here. So this is the first edge. Then I'm gonna stop, take a left. Then I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna edge out this side. Then I'm gonna go across that back side and edge that out. And then I'm gonna come right back down here and I'm gonna edge that out. And when I come back down through here, I'm also gonna go ahead and hit that. Now, once that's done, all the edges are done. My edging pass is done. Now I'm gonna fill in the middles and I'll go back and forth and I'll kind of explain that as I do it. But that's my plan now, and I kind of know where I'm at. Now, some of you might be thinking, man, this is a lot of work here. Listen, you only have to do this once at the beginning of each season, and really, once you learn your land, you don't have to do all this planning and everything. You already know it. I don't even need to do it. I'm just showing you because I want to show you. But remember, you only have one lawn to learn. You have one life to live and one lawn to learn. So once you learn that lawn, year after year after year, it gets easier and easier and easier. And really, you'll be a pro after 1 or 2 applications. I promise you it's not that difficult. So I'm just taking the extra time to take you through this so you understand exactly what to do if you're brand new.
My walking speed is what I call a double fast walk. 3.5 miles per hour is essentially what it is. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, because my first pass was right there, I'm gonna go over here, about 4 feet. I'm gonna throw back to 3.5, 4 feet. I'm gonna throw back to the wheel tracks of the previous pass. And here's one of the problems with this spreader. It starts to get a little lower, it doesn't like to throw. Now I stop before I get to the end. By the way, this is dead signal grass that the wintertime killed for me, but you noticed that as I got towards the end, I let off. That's because it's thrown out to the front, and I already did an edging pass there. So as soon as I see the grains start to hit the wheel tracks going that way, I stop. Now because it's such a small area, I really only have one more pass to do right here, because this second pass will be throwing to the wheel tracks there, and it'll also be throwing to the wheel tracks there. So I go down there and I'm done. This thing does have a pretty wide swath, as you can see. Here we go. Done. Let's weigh it out. What do we got there? What does that say? 2.04? Can you see that?
So I had 2.04 pounds left. That's close enough. So that tells me then that spreader setting of 5 is correct for this particular product, and that my spreader is matching that. So now I can go ahead, and I would expect it to match that because this spreader is brand new. It hasn't been knocked around and dinged around. But if you were to find that your spreader was putting out too fast or too slow, then you just adjust the setting up or down a little bit and then move on to the next section of lawn. If you were way off for some reason, your spreader's probably broken. So something to think about as you move forward.